podcast powered by American Muslim Today, the non-profit media platform. I'm your host, Rifat Malik. Today we are diving into the incredible life and legacy of Jimmy Carter following his death on Sunday, December the 29th at 100 years old. From peanut farmer to president to global humanitarian, his story is nothing short of extraordinary. So let me ask you this: how often do we truly celebrate someone's entire journey, not just the highlights? Let's do that for the 39th President of the United States. Jimmy Carter, a name that brings to mind so many things: integrity, resilience, and yes, even controversy. Did you know he started his journey in the small Georgia town of Plains in a house without electricity? It's almost poetic that a man from such humble beginnings rose to the highest office in the land. Born in 1924, Carter's early life was shaped by the Great Depression and the segregated South. But young Jimmy would break racial barriers by playing with children from different backgrounds, a rarity at the time, and no doubt this would influence his future focus on racial inclusivity. Perhaps it's also part of the reason why he later became the president who put human rights at the forefront of his U.S. foreign policy. Fast forward to 1976, post-Watergate, America was craving something different, something honest. Enter Jimmy Carter, a one-term Georgia governor with a promise: "I'll never lie to you." He brought an earnestness to politics that's rare even today, but like any leader, his presidency was a mix of triumphs and struggles. Let's talk about the triumphs first. The Camp David Accords, a peace agreement between Israel and Egypt that still stands today. How many peace deals last that long? Carter didn't just broker a deal, he forged a legacy. But then came the challenges of his presidency: the 444-day Iran hostage crisis, inflation, an energy crisis. It's like the universe threw everything at him. But here's the thing: Carter didn't shy away from addressing these issues, although it wasn't enough to win his re-election bid against Ronald Reagan in the 1980 presidential elections. Now, if Carter's presidency was a chapter, his post-presidency was an entire book. Habitat for Humanity, eradicating diseases, monitoring elections in over 40 countries. He redefined what it means to be a former president. Carter was even back building homes for his nonprofit just a day after suffering a fall that required 14 stitches. And then there's the waging peace, fighting disease, building hope. It's like his life's mission was to fill gaps the world didn't even know it had. He even won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. For many, his work in promoting democracy around the world was one of his greatest presidential roles. In 2006, he was involved in monitoring the Palestinian legislative elections. These elections were notable for resulting in a victory for Hamas, which won a majority of the seats in the Palestinian Legislative Council. Carter later commented on the elections, affirming their fairness and transparency. However, the US and other Western powers refused to accept the outcome. They had designated Hamas as a terrorist organization. For critics, this was a wasted opportunity which would have allowed Hamas to obtain legal legitimacy like so many formerly terrorist organizations have, such as the IRA in Ireland and the ANC in South Africa, and could have meant peace for both Israelis and Palestinians in the long run. Carter's legacy is a tapestry of faith, service, and love. He and his late wife Rosalind were together for over 75 years, making them the longest married presidential couple in history. When asked about the secret to their marriage, Carter said it was about giving each other space and never going to bed angry. Carter passed away at 100 years old, but his legacy, that's eternal. He taught us that a life of service doesn't end when you leave the Oval Office. If anything, it's just beginning. Joining me on the Muslim Viewpoint, if you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at American Muslim Today or donating at AmericanMuslimToday.com. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm Rifat Malik.